Welcome back to the space between us. We got Luck, we got B-Dow, and we got our first lady, Asia. Today we're tackling the topic of tattoos. Tattoos hurt. Sometimes they feel good.
I don't think they hurt. I think they feel good.
Sometimes they feel good, but only sometimes. So today we're going to start off with listing our tattoos in the meeting. I'll start because I have the most. I have 11. I have my first one on my bicep. It's of the Bansky, the street artist. Little girl in a balloon and my mom's birthday. That one's just touching the heart because it just reminds me of my mom. I got one on my forearm of the date and my birth with a mom's quote. On the other forearm, I have the little boy pointing to the moon, having big dreams. On the back, I have a movie reel. It's pretty much painting my life all throughout high school. Breast cancer on the back of the tricep. Zodiac on the shoulder.
What's your zodiac sign?
Pisces.
Oh, okay.
Gotta be a Pisces all day. Hey, listen, you getting a
Okay,
fish
that's
next.
Libras.
You getting a fish next.
Libras.
Whoa.
Alright, and then we got on the bicep, it says if you want to achieve greatness, stop asking for permission. So remember, don't ask for permission. We got my chest, wrapping it up. We have a Hebrew up here, which means Kadima, keep moving forward. And then we have my favorite tattoo, which is my mask and the candles around it. And we got Will next. What's up, boy?
What it do? So I got one tattoo on my rib cage right here. Map coordinates of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Born and raised, hometown. Very proud of that.
All right. So I got 4 tattoos. My first one on my back is the curse mark from Naruto. You know, love anime, so I had to get that tattoo. Sasuke's my boy, Uchiha clan.
I paid for that one.
Yeah, he paid for my first tattoo.
Yeah.
It was weird because he was like, I'm going out to college. Well, we were all going out to college, and he was like, I'm paying for your first tattoo. I'm like, for real? Yeah. So it was like spontaneous, to be honest.
I'm a real one.
Yeah. First tattoo.
You got me next, right?
Yeah. Ooh, you got me my next one too? No, not my 5th one? All right.
Yeah.
All right. My second one is on my wrist, OVO. I saw it. So of course my birthday's in October. October's very young. But I saw the tattoo on Johnny Manziel when he was at Texas A&M, and he was one of my favorite quarterbacks at the time. I was like, that's dope. That's on my guy. It's about my favorite rapper. It's about my birthday. Gotta get it. Second one is on my third one I got is on my chest. That is from another anime show, Dragon Ball Z. It's the Royal Sand Army emblem that Vegeta wears sometimes on his chest. So I got that too. And then my recent one, my last one I have is the Milwaukee skyline. Gotta represent hometown.
Nice. Sensing a theme with all your tattoos.
Huh?
Sensing a theme with all your tattoos.
What's that?
Anime.
There's only 2.
Out of 4. All right. So just like Lucky, I have 4 tattoos as well. So I got mine in pairs.
Ooh.
Yeah. So my first session I got 2. My second one I got 2 as well. They're very small and dainty. I didn't want to go like too big yet. So the first couple I got, one is behind my ear. It's an arrow with my dad and I's initials. It's CP. Asia's my middle name, fun fact. And then I have, so my first name is Jitsavan for those of you that don't know. It's a combination of my parents' names. So the second half, the Savan part, it means heaven in Lao. My whole name means 7th heaven. So I have Savan right here on my shoulder. And then my second round, I have family written in Lao on my wrist. And then I have a cross on my other one right here. Just because I'm a Christian. My faith is really important to me. And then my family is really important to me too, obviously. So, yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and get into these questions now. First question, what made you decide to get a tattoo? Like, what was the factor behind you getting a tattoo? Why did you do it? Who did you go with maybe when you did it? And then price. How much was the first one? We can start with you, Asia.
Ooh, that's a great question. So what made me get tattoos? I've always wanted tattoos ever since I was young. Everyone in my family had them, so I just wanted to be cool too. Oh no, but I think when they're done really nicely, they look really attractive. I think it's a nice way to express yourself. Yes, it's permanent, so
Oh, you get rid of it.
yeah, you're right, but I feel like that costs more than the actual tattoo. Um, but yeah, but it's funny because all the tattoos that I planned when I was younger to get, I didn't get first, so now it's like kind of throwing off everything. I still plan on getting them though, which we'll talk about later in this episode. Um, who did my tattoos? I have a guy. I know a guy. So I have a friend, and I was asking for recommendations, and he was like, "Oh, like I work with this dude. He used to work at a shop, but he's working out of home now." And I was like, "All right, bet." And so I searched him up on Instagram. I saw like a lot of his pieces, and I thought they were really nice. And on top of that, like because I wasn't getting really like big artsy pieces, I thought, why not? Um, so I called him up. He did all four of mine, but for my future pieces, I think I'm gonna go with someone else. And you said price? I think they were like $20-$30 each.
So 60 altogether for your first two tattoos?
Yeah.
And you said you got dainty ones, right? Like let's make sure she talking about the
Dainty. So like this cross right here, it's probably no bigger than a quarter. There'll be pictures popping up all over the place of all our tattoos, but yeah, mine are really really small. So and it's in black ink too. So I know if you'd use color, that costs more, but no, mine were pretty affordable, which is why I got more than one in one day.
Gotta get those deals when they offer them. Tattoos are expensive, man.
Right. So yeah.
So, what were the questions again?
Who did them?
What made you decide to get a tattoo? Where and who?
So what made me decide to get tattoos? Growing up, I saw tattoos on like a lot of people. I saw them on celebrities. I saw them on family members. So, like Asia said, I just want to be cool, want to fit in. It's also like tattoos to me. They mean something. Like I wouldn't put a tattoo on myself if it didn't have like an actual meaning.
So you don't want aesthetic tattoos?
What do you mean by that? Like
that have no meaning. It's just for art. It's just for art.
Nah, I can't do that. Like they gotta mean. If I'm putting you on my body permanently, even though it's not permanent, you can get rid of it. But I'm planning to keep these tattoos. If I'm putting you on my body and I'm paying that much money on it, it's gotta mean something. Like when I decide to get a tattoo, I'll take like a process of about 6 months of thinking, okay, that's the tattoo I want. The first time I say that's the tattoo I want, it's gotta be 6 months later that I say, okay, yeah, I'm running it. Because if it's not, then it's definitely I'm gonna regret it. I don't regret any of my tattoos yet, because I've waited for the process.
You're good. I'm kind of impulsive.
Yeah, I had to do it that way, or I don't want to regret them.
Yeah.
So, where I went to go get them, well, though my back tattoo was I went to Z's guy, because he paid for it.
Straight Clown and Ink.
Yeah, Straight Clown and Ink. I guess that's what it's called. I didn't even know that was the name of it. I called him his guy, your tattoo guy. My second one, I went to a shop on the south side of Milwaukee. I think it was called Atomic. I'm not No, I don't think it's Atomic. I forgot what it's called. It's across the street from Leon's. If people from Milwaukee, shop.
Yeah, that's not Atomic. Because Atomic is like on the east side.
Yeah, Atomic's on the east side. So it's across the street from Leon's. My third one, I got it at a house. It was a house tattoo. Don't get a house tattoo unless the guy is a professional. I double checked them. I made him tattoo a couple of my guys before he tattooed me. I was like one of the last ones to go. I was like, let me see how you do on all these other people first before I did it. And then the third one, I went to my cousin's best friend from childhood. He just opened up a shop and just went with it. I was like, I want this. You got it. Made it beautiful. So yeah.
So my one tattoo, yeah, it was my freshman year of college in Whitewater. I had it planned out for a while. I'm actually the first one, I think, in my family that has gotten a tattoo, to be honest.
So
But
your mom got no hidden tattoos?
huh?
Your mom don't got no tattoos?
My mom don't got no tattoos. My dad doesn't. My brother doesn't. I don't think anyone like cousin wise has any tattoos either.
Your grandparents?
Nope. And my grandpa was in the Navy too, so I thought he would have had something, but no.
That's being stereotypical, man. That's why he do it. He wants to be different. Way be different, Will.
Thank you. I strive for that.
Where did you go?
I went to Fink Inc. in Whitewater because it was my freshman year. When I went to Whitewater, I think there's only like one or two tattoo places out there. Went to Fink Inc. I had something planned of like Milwaukee. I wanted to be like something that represented me, where I'm from, Milwaukee. So I got the map coordinates, like I said. I think mine cost around like $80, but like I said, I looked him up to see like his tattoos that he did online, to see what was happening, how they look, and then I called him up, made an appointment, and went in.
All right, that's solid. That's solid. I would say what made me decide to get tattoos. I wanted to see if I was like tough enough, like, cause to me to get tattoos, like you had to be tough to sit under that needle for that long. Cause for my entire childhood, I ran from like shots and needles, like I was just not a fan. So to me, tattoos were like just to prove that I was tough enough to sit there to let somebody put a needle on my body and drag it across. So that was the original purpose behind me getting tattoos. I've only went to 2 different places. Straight Clown and Ink was the original place, and then I was one of Luck's friends to get tattooed by his guy.
He went after me though.
I did go after him.
He went after me.
I did go after him. And then, I was okay with the guy, but I had to go back home to Straight Clown and Ink, and he went crazy. So that's why I have 11. Santa P is he's a dope guy. He gives out deals twice a year. Check him out. And I would say none of my tattoos were over $300. He gives out great specials. I got my 2 forearms, like 2 for $250. My first one was $120. I have 2 more that were like 2 for $80. So yeah, nothing was over like $300. So it made it extremely affordable. And overall, I felt that, me sitting through these tattoos showed my toughness, because I'm not a fighter. I won't fight you, I promise. But like it was me proving my toughness to myself, in a sense. And so then if we talk about placement, guys, since we're gonna just choose one tattoo. Why did you place it there? Luck, you start.
So I'm gonna talk about my last one. So I put the skyline on this, just right here, cause it's my last one, so my chest was taken away, but it was like it was closer to like my heart. So like my city is my home, my heart. That's why I placed it on that side, and also I did it so I can I'm flexing my city on people, cause gotta represent. That's it's the truth. I'm not lying,
God.
Gotta flex your city. Gotta love where you live.
You got it, Will.
So I got mine on my rib cage right here, my right side of my rib cage. I thought it always looked really cool right there, really good. I did hear about the pain tolerance, that it was supposed to be really painful there, but talk about that a little bit later. So I got it there, and I wanted it to be like kind of hidden, but not really hidden. Like if I go swimming or stuff, you can still see it, but if I have a shirt on, like, so I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do when I grew up. So I didn't want it to be like on my forehead or something stupid like that, and then can't get jobs.
I got it. You was hiding it from your mom. I get it. I totally understand. I got it. Go ahead, Asia. You got it.
All right. So the one on my wrist, the one that says family, I wanted it there just as a constant reminder. Obviously, your wrists and forearms, arms, whatever, they're always exposed for the most part. And just like when I'm struggling or feeling discouraged about just life, I can glance down at it, remember what I'm doing it for, remember what family means to me, things like that. Something sentimental.
Okay. All right. So I'll wrap us up then. I'll go to my bicep one too. You know, I like to flex as well. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? But the reason why I chose this placement for my first one was mainly because, like how Luck said, you know, he wanted to have his city next to his art. This is my mom's birthday, and then the street artist, pretty much that's Hope is Still There. It's a little girl reaching out for that balloon, like she can still get it, although it's gone. So for me, I wanted to just put my mom close enough to my heart so it wasn't actually on my chest, you know. So I wanted to keep her close, and that was my real reason behind getting that specific one. When we talk about having a tattoo artist, you know, Luck, you said you've had numerous ones. I've only had two. Asia, you had two? One? Okay, so then if we talk about what, you know, does it have to be a good artist, be a good tattoo artist, what is one quality that you would say a tattoo artist must have, whether that's technique, whether that's, you know, a master at his craft, you know, whatever specialty he's in, or his line work or his blending techniques. What's one specific thing that makes a tattoo artist a really good artist? Asia, you can start.
So fun fact, initially when I was first thinking about like for real getting a tattoo. For real. My best friend and I were gonna get a matching one. And it was like of an arrow, but like it was really detailed. So when I was first doing the research on finding a tattoo artist, because it had a lot of like fine lines and shading, I was just Googling as everyone does, and just like looking at their previous clients' tattoos, their pictures, the followings they have, reviews and things like that. So that's something that I look for. But then like when I actually went to visit some shops that's what they told me to. They're like, you know, don't even worry about the price or don't even think about the price because you want to look at the art itself, you know. So that's what I was looking for.
Okay, quality. What you got, Will? What makes a good artist?
So I feel like the line work is something that should be really good. Because especially with the tattoo that I got, it's mostly just lines. So like if his line's crooked, line's looking stupid, then you can't really. You have to get the lines to make sure you know what it is being tattooed on you. But I don't got that much experience with it. My guy had good line work, so I went with him. So that's my 2 cents into that piece.
What you got, Luck?
My artists gotta have good shading technique, man. That's a lot of my tattoos are a lot of shading, a lot of finesse, you know. So you gotta be able to shade it right, shade it to the point where it'll look nice and you can still see what I'm trying to present on my body. That's what I'm about. Cause like if you look at the Skyline one, back to the Skyline one, damn, I'm talking about this one a lot. He had little windows in it, and at first when he was doing the windows on the skyscrapers, I just thought like he just didn't shade it in. He just went around it with the black, but actually he did shade it in with a different color. So that was kind of finesse, but that does hurt. I will say that was the most painful part of the tattoo.
Flick of the wrist.
Yeah, I think it depends like what type of piece you're trying to get. In order to find the right artist for you. Oh, yeah. That would be my advice. Because, like, if you get dainty ones like I did, then you don't really need someone who's, like, good at shading. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, it just depends what type of tattoo you're trying to get.
Definitely. I definitely, when I got my wrist one, it was my smallest one. So I tried to find the cheapest person as I can to do it because it was just a simple one.
You can't get this one wrong.
Yeah, you can't get it wrong. So I just went to the cheapest one. But when it came to, like, the big ones, with the details, I had to see their other art and see where it's at, see their experience on this. Yeah. So
at least for me, I would say what makes a good artist is understanding their own confidence. Because when I originally got my first tattoo, my tattoo artist, you know, he did a lot of different type of, you know, tattoos. You know, whether it was like, you know, watercolor tattoos or splash art or, you know, just line work. But like over the years, you know, from my first one to my last one, you'll be like, that's the same guy because he just, you know, his confidence grew so much over the years. So just the confidence in their actual abilities and not just saying, oh, I can do it and not actually deliver. Because there's some people that will tell you that and then screw you up. So confidence is probably my number one thing, because if in whatever profession I say is out there, you need to have confidence behind that to do whatever I need you to get done. And my tattoo guy, at least the first one, had a lot of confidence in all of his work. That's why I continue going back to him. Speaking of spontaneous tattoos, we'll go back to our first lady who only gets spontaneous tattoos. So why? Like, what made you, stick your arm in a hole, not even seeing the other side, and just letting them ink you up?
Wait, by the way, I just want to say I really like that about the confidence part. But to answer your question, okay, so like my tattoos weren't quote unquote spontaneous. I just wish I would have put more thought into them. Not saying I regret them, but
6 month rule.
yeah,
6 months,
yeah.
kids,
So
6 months.
I did not do that. Okay, so like I wanted these tattoos so bad that like I could have made it better if I would have just did Lucky's 6 month rule and just think about it a little more. But so I got my tattoos around my birthday, so I wanted to keep up with that tradition, right? So instead of thinking about what do I really really want or how can I make it better so I get up a little bit, I was just like, this is what I want. And so for for this, like no actually I'll wait till we get to that part. But they weren't spontaneous. But would I ever get a spontaneous tattoo? Not spontaneous in the fact where like I just will blindly give someone a part of my body and just have them tattoo something, because that shit permanent. But according to Lucky, you can easily laser it away. But if like I had an idea of what I wanted and just like today's gonna be the day I'm gonna do it, I could do that. If that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, playing spontaneous,
Playing spontaneous, but not a
Playing, but it's
spontaneous
spontaneous.
tattoo.
Like, I didn't know I was getting it today.
Yeah,
But here it is.
exactly. Not a here's my arm, do whatever you want type of thing. I don't have the balls to do that.
I mean, I understand. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I would say for me at least, I would say I would definitely at least once in my lifetime get a spontaneous tattoo.
Can I be there when it happens?
Yeah, definitely.
We're gonna replay this episode.
Ha ha ha. So, but my only rule or exception, it has to be below my knees. Just because, again, if it's spontaneous, I want to give you a spontaneous place to put it. I'm not a big advocate for leg tattoos, although I've seen a lot of dope leg tattoos. But I would say having to be below my knee, just because I know that pain factor in the thigh, I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna be a little bitch. I know I can't do that one. So we can be spontaneous. You can give me whatever you want. It has to be below the knees, and I'll be game for it. I'd stick my leg in a hole, let them ink it up. I'll cry a little bit, but we full send.
If we get to a certain amount of subscribers, you should do it.
All right, bet. I mean, hey, Lucky singing at 50.
Yeah.
Hey, he coming up on that.
We're all singing at 100.
Hey, I'll stick my leg in at 150.
150.
150.
No, I didn't think it was gonna be okay.
We coming. My leg is going in a hole. I'm getting tattooed at 150.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the 150 subscriber mark, Z is getting a spontaneous tattoo.
Sticking my leg in a hole, getting a spontaneous tattoo. Hell no, the tattoo artist can pick the tattoo.
That'd be fun.
Can I pick the tattoo artist?
Let the subscribers pick what you get.
No,
Ooh.
that'll be bad.
That's crucial.
That'll be bad.
No, we're going to have to take a pass on that one. We're gonna leave it up to the tattoo guy.
If you guys have suggestions, we'll take suggestions.
Yeah,
but
we'll take suggestions.
We're not gonna. If it's good, we'll let you know if you win.
And we'll give you a shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to subscriber 290X. He gave Lindsay a toaster on his kneecap. Like, nah, boy. But yeah, so Luck, what you got? Spontaneous tattoo. Would you ever? You did say you needed meaning.
No.
Is that meaning enough to get a spontaneous one?
If, like Asia said, if it's a planned spontaneous, like I had it in my mind, like I want this tattoo, then yes. Like my first tattoo, I wasn't planning to get a tattoo, but you said you'll pay for it. I had the tattoo in mind, so I rolled with it. If I didn't have a tattoo in my head, I would have definitely not gotten it. I would have been like, I'm sorry, bro, I know you're paying for it, but I can't get it because I have nothing in my head. But if it's been in my head for a while, I'll be like, yeah, run it.
All I heard was money talks. If you got the money, he getting a spontaneous tattoo
True.
of his choice. Of
My
his choice.
If you're paying for it, 3 of my tattoos have been paid for.
Of his
I've
choice.
only paid for 1.
Of his choice.
I need friends like that.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I got you. I keep telling you, I got you.
What about me, man? I didn't know
I've
tattoos.
had you already. You've been birthed. You're at 18. You out of the house.
Here we go. I don't have 18 tattoos yet.
Listen, you out of the house, fam. What you got, Beat Out? Would you do a spontaneous tattoo?
I would if it could be easily hidden.
Okay. All right. So like, what you talking about, like a tramp stamp?
No, not that. Not that.
On the ear.
Like maybe on the thigh, but I know that hurts.
So no shorts for you.
Yeah, you're not wearing Speedos at the Bahamas?
No, I'm good with that though. But it has to be like easily hidden and like maybe not too big. Because if it's like a giant tattoo, first one can't be hidden. 2, it might cost a lot too. And then 3, it might not look good, or like might not be like a giant, I don't know, like turtle or something that I don't even really care about.
I got a question for everybody on the same topic.
Yeah.
If we ever went to like those tattoo competitions and like one of the best tattoo artists is in the world and they're all there, and one of them just pointed at you and said, "Sit on the chair, I'll give you a free tattoo. Will you do it?"
Hell yeah. Easy.
Yeah. So this
Again, below the knee. Easily. Below the knee, fam.
Yeah, this question came up because I saw a video, and so there was this building and there was a tattoo artist inside the building, and you couldn't see past it, obviously, and they were given a free tattoo if they just stuck their arm in and let the tattoo artist do their work. So, and a lot of them actually came out super, super dope, so...
Yeah, see,
So-
I'm gonna stick that leg in there.
Yeah,
They're gonna see
yeah,
what I'm
he's
working
gonna
with.
stick his leg in
I'm gonna
there.
show him a retro Jordan.
If you can stretch that far.
All right, listen. Z flexible over here, right? I'm limber. This quarantine got me real flexible. Yoga every day.
There is this one show though, that like your best friend picks a tattoo for you.
Nah.
You wouldn't do that? Like if your best friend picks a tattoo for you, but then you pick a tattoo for your best friend, so it's like a switch.
You have to understand, on that show, they're not really friends.
Right.
Because I would not tell my friend, hey, I really want you to get this. And you can't see it, and then it's a dick on your forehead or some shit. Like, nah, we good, fam. Miss me with all of that. You're not my friend. We can't be associates. Like, you're not even human anymore. Like, you're dead to me.
I see a lot of previews to that show, and it's literally, why would you do this
so
to me?
bad,
It's
yeah.
bad.
And they're not even friends. I think they're like exes. Too.
Yeah, I think they're exes.
Yeah.
Bro, the shock face, like, oh, you did that? Like, nigga. And then,
There's one episode where a guy proposed to his girlfriend on the phone.
nah, bro. Blame that tattoo artist, though, because the tattoo artist was like, this is what you want. He was confident. Yeah, he was real confident, but he screwed you up. Nah, won't go on that show. Pass. But next question. We're going to move it on. Keep it rolling. How are tattoos viewed in your profession? Right now, I'm a bum, so it's viewed great. No, I'm just kidding. I'll start with this one. So, it's a little different because, I'm going to be a teacher. And, it's either really accepted. They're like, oh my God, we're moving to this new place where you can have tattoos. Or is 98 degrees and you need to wear, cufflinks full up here. And, like, you better not show it ever. And it's 98 degrees, no AC, cover it up. So, I mean, it's hit or miss when it comes to the teaching profession. What you got, firefighter?
So I'm about to be a firefighter. So with the firefighting, you're basically covered up most of the time. You got even if you're not in your actual like PPE gear, you're just in long pants, boots, like a polo t-shirt or just a t-shirt. And then it's just gonna be your arm showing. And a lot of firefighters that I know do have tattoos. And then, like I said, if you're in the PPE actually fighting fires, you're completely covered. You don't see any skin besides through your mask. So it's just whatever's like preferable to the department. But usually, no department really cares. They just go with your work ethic, your certifications, everything like that.
All right, so tattoos don't matter if you want to be a firefighter.
So get inked up,
Yeah.
none on your face. Look, keep this box empty, and you straight.
Go fight some fires.
Go fight some fires. big hose, hella ink.
You get a big axe to break doors.
Break doors, okay.
A big what?
A big axe to break doors.
Okay.
No more locked doors.
Gracias.
So right now, occupation, college student. No, so I'm cool.
Future profession?
Cool, you know, as a college student, we all think it's cool. I think I'll be a college student for like the rest of my life. So, but future occupation, hopefully, I got two choices. It'll either be like a scientist, somehow doing research. I honestly don't know how that is viewed on tattoos for scientists. I don't think it matters as long as you're smart for scientists. The second choice will be somewhere in the medical field. That is where it gets tricky. I think it really depends because I've seen a lot of doctors and nurses who have tattoos, and some keep them hidden, some keep them don't. I think it depends on how it's viewed and like what you have too. I'm pretty sure if it's like a meaningful one, you won't have to cover it up. But if it's like skulls on top of skulls, I'm pretty sure you got to cover that up. Especially at a hospital, you're scaring your patients away. Like, you got skulls. How many patients died on you?
All of them.
Stop it.
A skull for each patient.
Yo.
That's
Oh
tough.
my god.
That's
That'll be bad, right? That'll be
Big
bad.
body.
But yeah, I think it's changing though. It's changing in the medical field. You can definitely get I wanted to be one of the first doctors to just have a full sleeve and just like walk into the hospital like, "What's up?"
You're definitely not the first.
Welcome,
I see. There we go.
welcome to
Definitely
the-
not the first.
So going along with what Lucky said, I work in the dental field, so I wear scrubs, sometimes a lab coat, but it's too hot in the clinic for that. Honestly, I think it's clinic specific because, like Lucky said, the healthcare industry is kind of tricky. But I went to the emergency room with my grandmother, and her nurse was tatted up like sleeves, and she wasn't wearing a lab coat. It was just her scrubs, short sleeves, so they were showing. I wanted to ask if it was, like how was the hiring process for her because of that, but I didn't want to ask personal questions, so I didn't. But yeah, the doctors that I work for, they don't really mind my tattoos. And the other girls that I work with, they also have tattoos, and they don't really mind because we can cover them up if we want to. We can wear a long sleeve under our scrub tops or just wear a lab coat, and it's fine. But like I said, I think it's clinic specific when it comes to the healthcare industry. So
Can you imagine being a patient though, and like you're laying on a bed, and a doctor comes in, he just has like neck tattoos.
See. Okay, now that's pushing it though.
Right,
That's
it's
pushing it.
pushing
It's about being appropriate with your tattoos. I think if you're in a profession that needs to be taken seriously, unfortunately, it's taboo to have a neck tattoo and be taken seriously.
right.
I always wanted a neck tattoo, but I know I can never get one.
Concealer will cover that up.
Yeah. See, but you ain't finna get caked on every morning.
I'm just saying.
Hey, y'all heard it here first. Lucky wears makeup. Bam! Got him!
That's where half of my paycheck goes to. That foundation.
Facts.
Use right.
All right, we're gonna keep it rolling. We'll connect the next two questions. How did your family react when they saw your tattoo or tattoos, and then do you regret any of them? Will, you can you can start.
All right. As soon as I got the tattoo, my mom goes, "You know that's permanent, right?" So I was just like, "Yeah, I know." She was just like, she said, like, "I guess it's your body. You can do what you want to it." But like I said, no one in my family has any tattoos, so I'm the outlier in that. But they were fine with it. They think it looks cool, but they wouldn't get any of them themselves, which I don't know. I don't get why, but that's just them. I got one tattoo, so I hope I don't regret that. So, but I don't. So, I'm good with my tattoos, and I'm looking to get more, but I just don't know what yet.
My family's reaction, especially my mom's reaction, she was like, "Why did I get them?" She doesn't like them. She thinks they're bad.
She called him by his full government name.
I was like, "Mom, it's my generation. You're old. We're young." You know, the typical argument of tattoos. She wasn't happy. She found out on tattoo number 3, and she told me not to get any more. And I said, "Okay, Mom, I won't get any more." then
Why we tell
Bow!
our
yeah,
parents?
got another one. She doesn't know about this one yet, so
Stay tuned for that reaction.
yeah, stay tuned for that
We're
reaction.
gonna record it.
Fingers crossed.
Pray for luck.
She's gonna chop my arm off.
Hey, hashtag pray for luck.
Hashtag pray for luck.
Hashtag pray for luck. Do I regret any of them? No, I do not. 6-month rule. You shouldn't regret them as long as you want something. You should use that for shopping too. You know, you want something, you see it, walk out the store. If you think about it before you leave the mall, then go to the store and buy it.
It's gonna be gone.
No.
Because they wait 6 months to get something at the store.
No, don't wait 6 months. That thing's gone. You wait until
Gone.
yeah. You just it's different. Shopping's more a little spontaneous than tattoos.
So the reaction of my family, my parents hated it. They absolutely didn't like it, which makes no sense because they're both tatted up. They especially did not like the ones that were on my wrist because their argument was I'm never gonna get a job with tattoos showing, especially in the field that I want to be in.
Prove
then-
them wrong.
Exactly. And then I got a job in my, in my dental field, so they're okay with it now. It's like that typical, like, why are you doing that to your body? You're never gonna get a job. Good luck.
Did they body shame?
Little bit. Like my dad, even though the one behind my ear is of him, he was like, I appreciate it, but why? Like, it's on your head. He's like, what if you get arrested and, they find you because of your tattoo right there? I'm like, what?
He calls you
They gonna
Anyway.
find you regardless.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah, they just didn't like it. They're like, no more. My grandma, she's like, don't get any more. Your skin is so pretty. Don't ruin it with tattoos. Mind you, this is the lady that has tattooed eyebrows. And
That's crazy. We're getting sibling tattoos though.
yeah, we are. I'm definitely not done. They think I'm done, but I'm really not. So, but we'll talk about that in a bit.
Tell them your skin's flawless.
Foundation.
Foundation, yes.
For me, I would say my family's reaction was kind of interesting because, I'm the baby of the family. So for me to go nuts, I have 11 tattoos and none of my siblings are even touching the amount of tattoos I have. So they were just like, yo, Z got these tattoos all over the place. Like, he keeps going to get more and I'm probably not done, but it is what it is. Yeah, so that was just the first initial reaction. And if we talk about me regretting any of the tattoos, I don't necessarily regret any of them. I regret who did them. And there's only one. It's the one right here. It says, if you want to achieve greatness, stop asking for permission. I like the quote. I even like where it's placed. I just wish it was clearer. And the guy, it wasn't necessarily a rush job, but he did too many boxed letters, and so it kind of looks a little bit jumbled. Like, it looks a little bit too close. So I really wish, maybe the penmanship was better with the delivery of the tattoo. And I wish he didn't outline it like he did because it just makes it a darker spot than it should be. So yeah, that's the only one I do regret, although I like it. Because when people ask me what it is, and I tell them what the quote says, they're like, oh yeah, that's a dope thing to live by. Like, if you're trying to achieve greatness, don't ask nobody for it, just do it. So, again, just do it.
Like Nike, just do it.
Oh yeah, but like Lindsay's regret tattoo. No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Not even one letter.
Nah. So if we're gonna move on to the next one, this is about preference. This is about what you like. What are your thoughts about tattoos on others? Initial thoughts, and then we'll go into it. When I see somebody, I think that's attractive. When I think tattoos.
Yes.
What do you think, Luck?
I think when I see tattoos, I think it's cool. Like I like to look at people's tattoos and like, so what's the story behind this one? Or like I'll try to come up with my own story first. I'm like, ooh, that might mean this, and then I'll ask them. So to me, it's the storytelling of the tattoos that I like about it. So if you have them, cool. Just what's the meaning? That's what I like about them.
Become a better storyteller. Moral of the story. Become a better storyteller.
Yes.
What you got, Asia? What you think about people?
I love tattoos, especially when I see them, like on guys. I think it's so attractive. Yeah, just like you said, whenever I see tattoos, I kind of like assess them each, like what pieces there are. Yeah, and then I also wonder what the story is behind it or the meaning behind it.
All right, so I'll pick that up then. So when I think of, again, looking at somebody that got tattoos, if it's a female, it's attractive. My lady actually has 2, and it made her that much more attractive. Like, she was attractive by 2 tattoos. Like, it was dope. On dudes, I think, like, it's better body image. Because, like, if they're an active dude, one, ladies are already attracted to maybe their washboard abs or their broad shoulders. You throw some tattoos on that guy, you be like, yo.
Yes.
So, I mean, again, it depends on, like, you know, who it is and the placement. But overall, I just think it's an attractive look for just people. And then, like, let's say it's somebody who is a little bit more reserved. When they're looking at somebody that got tattoos and they're attractive, they're like, oh, he's a bad boy. And he don't even got to be a bad boy. He can be the nicest dude ever, but he's a bad boy because he got tattoos. So I think tattoos in general just are eye-pleasing.
Yo, going along with that, have you guys ever met somebody where, like, you just looking at them, you wouldn't think they're into tattoos, and then all of a sudden you see them like 6 months later and they're all like tatted up?
Yes, there was one kid from our high school. I don't want to say his name.
Yeah, let's not.
He was on I think he was on a wrestling team. Remember when we saw him at the gym one day and he was just like tatted up like whole half sleeve?
Yeah.
I was like,
Okay.
oh, you were the most quietest kid in class and you got this full blown half sleeve. Half sleeve was beautiful too. I was like, amazing.
Yeah, I would say for me, yes. Again, another guy from our high school. I can't name him, but he went from being a $145 to a $145 with muscles and one full arm sleeve, and it was like by far the dopest color tattoo I've ever seen. It was like outer space, but from wrist to shoulder, and it was dope. Like it was insane.
Yeah, I think tattoos are dope, especially on like with people with like multiple tattoos. Like I try to figure out like what tattoos are like what pieces of them, what pieces fit with other tattoos, what stories. Like Luck said, what stories tell with the tattoos. But I haven't personally seen anybody glow up like that with like the tattoo glow up, where it's just they're just completely silent, like how you know them, like they're just quiet, and then the boom, they got full sleeves, all leg tattoos, everything. But I think they're attractive, think they're dope, cool. Yeah, that's what I think about them.
All right, now we talking pain level. We talking that pain. We bringing the pain when it comes to tattoos. Because tattoos ain't light work. Don't listen to Luck. They not light work. So, we going to go most painful and least painful tattoos you have. Beat Out only has one, so it was either painful or it wasn't. So, Beat Out, you can start.
So they say like the ribs are supposed to be really painful, but for me, it wasn't painful. It kind of felt like a harder tickle. I don't know if that's like exactly how you describe it. Kind of sounds weird when I say it like that.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
It was like a 5 maybe.
A 5 is a hard tickle? Yo!
Like it didn't hurt. It was just like
It was uncomfortable.
yeah, it was like an uncomfortable numbing, but it still felt good.
It felt good.
Yeah.
See, I told
They
you.
do feel good.
They don't hurt.
Will is addicted and he only has one.
That is true. I'm addicted.
I'm addicted.
Z is definitely addicted.
I'm not addicted.
He's been addicted.
You got 11.
I have 11 because of deals, okay? I'm a deal guy, not a pain guy. Hey, listen.
There's one coming up in July.
August.
Wait.
August. It's in August.
But this is quarantine.
Hey, after quarantine, hey, Santa P is coming back strong.
Yeah.
Trust me.
It's in August. I'm just saying, you guys. So
Oh, squad.
Trust and believe. Alright, so I would say for me, my most painful one was probably my chest piece, just because it hit so many different spots. You know, I have a rib tattoo. I was like, man. I got a wrist tattoo. That was like, man. But this chest tattoo, it hit my nipple. That was terrible. It goes, bro, that's how low it go. Wait till you see it. It go into my armpit. That was weird. My collarbone, my sternum, like it hit all 4 sides, and I was toe up after. I was in a chair for 5 hours And I didn't tap out. I finished one session, but that boy right there was most painful I've ever had. And then I would say my least painful one was actually my little boy pointing to the moon. Most of him is in good area. He's on the forearm. A lot of it was a lot of shading. So when the shading come, is more so like a burn than a stinging process. I think sting hurts more than a burn, at least to me. I hate the stinging. But the burning was just like, can you handle it kind of thing. So he definitely got knocked out and was the easiest tattoo to get. What you got, Asia?
Alright, so my most painful one was the one on my wrist. Just because I got it like higher up than what the tattoo artist recommended for me to get. He initially wanted me to get it like right here for that reason, but I was stubborn and I was like, no, I want to keep my placement, put it up higher. So we did, and I mean, I have a high pain tolerance, so I'll probably rate it like, it was probably like a 6.5, a strong 6.5.
Almost a hard tickle.
Almost a hard tickle, yeah. But I mean, it was bearable. I mean, it was fine. It was just like once he like went over like the veiny parts that it started to hurt. My least painful, the one that felt good, was the one on my shoulder actually. So it's like right on top right here. That was probably like a 2 or a 3. Yeah.
All right, so about the same as Asia. So for my highest pain tolerance, the one that hurt, I mean the highest painful one, will be between the one on my bicep and my wrist. The difference is the one on the bicep didn't hurt the whole time. It didn't hurt until like towards the end of the tattoo because I'm all like numbed up and it's just swollen and
That fatigue setting.
yeah. That's the only reason why it hurt as much as it did. But the wrist one, it hurt the whole time. The moment he put the needle on the wrist, it was a little boom. So I don't know where Asia got 6.5 from. I'm giving that like an 8.
He
like,
said it was a full 10.
He said as soon as the needle touched.
Yes, as soon as the needle touched, I went whoop. Like I just popped up. Like I was not ready for that because this was my second one. My first one was the one on my shoulder. It didn't hurt at all. Like just put the needle on there. Tattoo artist went, "You ready? I'm gonna just put the needle, see how it feels." He did the pluck, and I was like, "That's it." And he was like, "Yeah." And he just went to town. This one, he was like, "You got a tattoo before?" I said, "Yeah." He was like, "Did it hurt?" "No, it didn't hurt." He put the needle. I'm like, that's different, you know. So
it hit different.
it definitely hit different depending on the placement. Also on how long it took, because this one, the one on the bicep, didn't hurt at all until towards the end. I give that pain tolerance like a 7 towards the end.
Well, I didn't rate mine, but I want to switch because now that we talking about stuff hidden different, the ones on my ribs, it's 414 in Spanish, and that one hit so different, bro. Like when I tell you, I ain't never ran away from a needle as an adult. I did when I was 7, but as an adult, when I tell you my body moved like I hit the to get away from the needle, bro. It was ridiculous because I was like, why that didn't feel like the rest of my tattoos? Like the rest of my tattoos I could bear. Like I was like, all right, we good. You know, like I would take the sternum pain, the nipple pain over me moving away from the needle. And then after you move away from the needle, the guy goes, "Really?" Like, yes, really, man. Like that hurt. And he like, "I barely put it down." I go, "You barely put it down?" Like, and again, these are just lines here. Y'all see them. But, like, I almost cried. Like, I was on borderline crying. So, I'm going to say that was 11 out of 10. Because I ain't never felt that pain. And it just hit so different because it was so small. But, yeah. Beat out, I don't know what you're talking about with that hard tickle. This was a knife in the gut, literally. Like, he was, and I swear to God, he just tapped me. And I felt like I got shanked. Like, boy... hard tickle. Not a hard tickle.
My wrist tattoo, he actually had to strap me down so I wouldn't move.
For real?
Yeah, because it hurt.
Wait, let me see yours again.
It's like...
And yeah, yours is lower than mine. That's where he wanted to put mine.
He was
But
lying
no,
to you.
I
It hurt.
Yeah, nah, you ain't strapping me down, fam.
Because, okay, at first I was like, in my head, I was like, no, I can't do this. And I'm like, damn, he already got ink on it. I might as well finish the job.
Right. Because dude told me he was like, he's like, this one's gonna hurt. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was like, fuck. So whatever.
Yeah.
I really wanted it. That's where the impulsiveness comes
Look,
in.
we started without the strap, being strapped down. We started, and then like I kept moving too much.
He's like, I got something for your ass.
I tried so hard not to concentrate on the pain. I just had cause these were done at home. I just had my forearm resting on a roll of paper towel, and then he told me to hold something else. So I was just holding like the TV remote, and I was trying to watch a movie. I was trying so hard not to concentrate or like tense up for him. But yeah.
Hey,
Yo, what was your longest sessions
Wait.
for Lucky and Z?
Hold on, before we get into that, Z, I got something to say. Asia and Bad Al, they got issues. They taking this tattoo thing as tickles. You know?
I'm a masochist apparently.
Hey.
Like they can just ignore the pain. Like
Hey, what's the type of person that enjoy pain? What's the specific name for that? Yeah, that's you. I can't even say that word. That's for sure you.
Hey, try it.
I'm good.
You made me try. You made me try a word that I couldn't say.
Say it again. Say it again.
Masochist.
Masochist.
See,
Yeah.
it wasn't
Masochist. I'm saying it right.
Or San Polo.
Oh.
From last
Illuminati.
episode.
Shit, Illuminati.
Illuminati.
Alright, yeah, so, I mean, yeah, I think tattoos and their pain levels, it does vary because we got people out here with hard tickles versus people who, is going to move away from the needle. Yeah, and Lucky likes to be strapped down, but that's besides the point.
Whoa.
Moving on!
So the longest tattoo session.
Yeah.
Longest tattoo session, 5.5 hours. That was my chest.
Your chest. Lucky.
3.5 hours
3.5 hours.
on my bicep. 3.5.
And that's done? Like, no.
That's done unless I want to add Lake Michigan to it, which I'm debating.
Ooh, next question.
Last question to wrap us up is, if you're thinking about any future tattoos, what would you get and then why?
I'll start off. So, my next tattoo. So I want a whole arm sleeve, just one. I don't know about two. Debating on it, but whole arm sleeve for sure. My next tattoo will be on this side of my bicep. That's how you call it. I don't know my muscles. Bad medical student, I know. But it'll be a koi fish swimming upstream because I'm Asian. I gotta be typical Asian that gets a koi fish tattoo. I just like the story behind it. Again, meanings of like the koi fish is always swimming upstream because it's hard headed, and that's like life. You just keep going up.
That's also you, because you hard-headed and you always swimming upstream for no reason.
Every episode, I get attacked. That's crazy.
You gonna cry about it?
Space always okay.
But yeah, I just like the fable story of just getting there in life, and eventually your koi fish turns into a dragon. So I'm
Damn, that's Asian as fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't the koi fish our squad?
Yeah, so you're supposed to be getting a koi fish too, so I don't know why you're questioning this unless you don't want a koi fish. Because the koi fish is definitely going right here, and then it's going to lead into the water, which will be Lake Michigan,
That's what's up. That's what's up. I would say for me, future tattoos right now, I have a lot that I have in my mind that I've been sitting on for more than 6 months. But this pandemic has screwed me over. I honestly, I'm thinking about maybe getting that spontaneous tattoo because that might be the soonest one, obviously.
That's sub 150.
But if it's not that one, then I would definitely probably get this bicep here done. I want to get Mario, and him getting him talking to a police officer, and the police officer holding a mushroom because he enjoyed the shrooms. So it's just kind of a play on my childhood because I played a lot of Mario, still play a lot of Mario, and then my relationship with authority. So yeah, so that would be my reason behind getting that next one. Bidal, what you got for the future?
Not quite sure what I got for the future, but I kind of want to do something soccer related because I love soccer. Soccer has been in my life throughout my entire life. I still love soccer a lot. Still hope to play it as soon as this pandemic goes away, but I'm not quite sure I'm supposed to relate soccer into a tattoo, or like what aspects of soccer I can take into a tattoo. I'm still looking up stuff like that. I do want to get a zodiac one for me too, just like Z over there.
What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Leo.
Okay.
Rawr. So I can go lion like that, or I can just do like the actual zodiac sign or something like that. But still up in the air, so I'm not quite sure.
All right, for me, just like Z, I have plenty of tattoos I've been sitting on, and I'm kind of overwhelmed with all of them. But the most recent one that popped into my mind that I want to get, actually, it's kind of crazy. Also has an Asian theme. It's a samurai mask. I want to get that like on the side of my thigh. It'll be definitely a big piece. I want to get the mask just because I feel like everyone wears one. However you want to interpret that. And then I don't know. I guess Lucky's koi fish.
You don't have to get it.
No.
I mean, you could just get a little koi fish.
Yeah.
No, actually, okay. So for the koi fish, so I'm getting a lot of matching tattoos with different people.
Same.
But me, she's not gonna get a matching tattoo with me.
Hold on, we are. Now that you said that, so the koi fish that I want to get will go right here. 2 of them. This will be the matching one with my cousin in Michigan. One of them, because I'm getting matching tattoos with 2 of them. Because he's a Pisces, so koi fish. But then Lucky said he wanted to get a squad tattoo of koi fish. So I was like, well, I can't.
You
Well,
have to
I
be
don't know.
part of this.
Alright.
She's trying to get fish on fish.
Fish on fish, I guess. But yeah. I don't know.
So
Well, it's coming up. Sibling tats, squad tats. I don't know.
Yeah,
Stay tuned for them, I guess.
I'm gonna run out of pieces on my body.
Right.
About to have to get the neck tat.
Make some suggestions down below. We don't know what to get actually.
Yeah, let us know what tattoos you guys have and what tattoos you guys are thinking about having.
And also, don't forget to wash your hands because we still got to stay safe. Yeah, so 6-month rule, don't forget that. Hashtag save Lucky because we always on them. Hashtag think before you act, main thing when it comes to tattoos. We are closing the space now to open it later. So again, check out
One Bit Adventures. It's on their app store. Download it, play it. Let us know how you feel about it. At the 50 subscriber mark, you'll talk to the creator of the game. We'll dig in his brains on why he made the game, if there's any other projects coming up. And also at the 50 mark, you get a old karaoke video of me singing or rapping. I don't know which video she has. It's one of those. At the 100 mark, you get the whole SBU podcast group, including our tech guy. We're gonna throw him in this video. We're gonna do a group karaoke night. We're gonna film it. We're gonna, show you guys out. And at the 150, Z gets a spontaneous tattoo. So we got benchmarks here, guys. 50, 100, and 150.
Come get us hard and fast. We trying to get stuff done. I'm trying to show my toughness under that needle. And we out.